DataLink is an add-in to Excel that allows you to retrieve data from the Pi server using the functions you see right here. Now, thank goodness you don't have to type these functions in by hand, although of course you can if you want to, because we've got these nice little dialog boxes that will allow you to construct these, and these dialog boxes are controlled by what's on the ribbon here. So to just demonstrate real quick, if I want to see a brand new, let's say I want to see the current value of a tag, and I know what the name of the tag is, like for example our old friend sinusoid that we use for a lot of training. Make that a little bit bigger. If I just want to see the current value, I just simply go into this field right here, current value, or choose that on the ribbon. As you can see, I can make a cell reference to there, put the timestamp on the left, and there we go. There's our current value. And as we watch this in real time, it will update as you update the spreadsheet or recalculate the spreadsheet. So this is the function. These are the arguments to the function. It's the name of the tag, the name of the server, etc. And for the most part, we're going to be working within these dialog boxes, so you're not going to have to work with, you're not going to have to remember what the arguments are. You'll see the arguments right there. Before we get into all that, though, we're going to go over some of the fundamentals about time and how the functions work and how they update, etc. Before we go much further, we need to verify that you've got the right add-in and it's working within your current version of Excel, both 2007 and 2003. So let's look at both. Now, in Office 2007, with Excel, you should see a new tab, and that tab indicates that the add-in is loaded. It's a COM add-in, and if for some reason you've done the install but you don't see this, well, it may be that a user has disabled that. So one of the things you can do is re-enable this. See, during the DataLink installation, we do automatically configure this. So if you don't see this tab in Office 2007, then it may be that after the installation somebody else went in and disabled it. So we would go into this button here, the Windows button, choose Excel Options, and what you're going to look for is the Add-ins tab. Within the Add-ins tab, you want to choose this COM Add-ins, and we'll just choose Go to go out and verify that DataLink, and then ultimately notifications if you're using that those are actually selected. Yeah, that may be deselected. That's why you would not see this tab. And again, normally you wouldn't need to see that. You would just need to switch over to this Pi tab here to see all of these options, because that's installed automatically. Now let's say, for example, you're working within Office 2003. Now what you'll see there is slightly different. You'll find the add-ins under Tools and Add-ins, and if it's not currently selected, you need to go ahead and select DataLink. Now, you may not even see DataLink exist there. During the installation of previous versions of DataLink, we did not automatically associate this add-in. So what you need to do is go out and browse for it. So again, the way you would do this is you would choose Tools. Within Tools, choose Add-ins. Again, you won't need to do this. You shouldn't need to do this if you're using DataLink 4. And then if you don't see DataLink here, you go out and browse for it. Now normally you would browse for this under the Program Files directory, under PIPC, and under Excel. Now that's actually something that can vary. Program Files, PIPC, it may be on your C or your D, so you're going to have to know where that is, where your DataLink was installed for your particular computer. Now, the file you're going to be looking for is this file right here. It's called PIPC32.xll. I'll go ahead and select that. Now notice it's acknowledging I already have that. That's because it had already been associated with this. So that's why we see this menu bar here. So the way you see this in Office 2003, you'll see this with a menu bar option, and it's this pull down menu that accesses all those different functions that are available. Now let me go ahead and switch over to the Office 2007 version. With Office 2007, we're implementing it not through that pull-down menu, but through this ribbon here. And DataLink 4.0 can be used within both versions of Excel. In this class, though, we concentrate on the Excel version 2007 with Office 2007. If you are interested in using it, using the traditional dialog boxes you'd see in the earlier versions of Excel, our previous version of our computer-based training is available that has all those dialog boxes explained.